Well, it's time for us to get an update on what's happening with Faith Community Church, and Pastor Dave is back with us this morning. Nice to see you again.
Thanks, Jerry. Good to be seen.
We really missed you last week.
Really, was it that bad?
Don't press it, all right?
Well, that sounds to me like what you were saying. I'm just trying to understand your communications.
We just really missed you last week. We did enjoy visiting with Pastor Brett.
Yeah, he's a good one. All right. Yeah, he's in the process of looking to see what's next, and he and I are very good friends. I will miss him, but he is ready to be a senior pastor, and we are modeling to our church, to our community. This is what it looks like when you have healthy relationship and it's time for transition, and there's no hard feelings. There's nothing going on behind the scenes. And we're going to model that this is what it looks like. He will always be one of my dearest friends. We will stay in contact, but I cannot wait to see what he and Heather can do when they have their own church, because I think they will just soar.
I asked him why I was getting fired.
Well, actually, the real point was my spa needs repairs, and so we had to come up with some funding.
He said, really, it was you they wanted to leave, but they couldn't figure out a way to get rid of you.
Yeah, he's been trying what he calls a bloodless coup, and it's not gone well, so finally I've had to put the hammer down. No, it's a fascinating journey. I mean, everyone we bring on board at Faith, we want to make better. And we want to help people discover all God can be in their lives. And boy, when this started opening up, it surprised us. It surprised me. But once I realized this is what's supposed to happen, I've gotten excited about it. And it's fun. It's fun to see what's going to happen. We will never replace Brett. At some point, we'll look for another staff person for that position, but we won't replace him.
They've been wonderful for this community
for
Faith Community for the area. For that matter.
Definitely. There will be a big hole when they leave, but that's what you want. I mean, there are when people leave, you get one of two choices. You kind of get this exhale of relief, or you get this sense of, wow, look at all the places where they touched, and now there's emptiness there. The cool thing is God can raise up other people to fill in those gaps, because none of us are irreplaceable. But, that's right. No, they will leave well. They will leave with Brett's character has always been one of his strongest qualities. And so, he's going to leave with his head held high, and I'm going to get my spa fixed. I'm excited.
Was Connie able to keep you on your good behavior long enough that the Kingeries would actually consider coming? Or
Well, she did remind me that I'm at my best when I say my least. Actually, we had them come out over the weekend, JD and Amy Kingery, and now we're in the process of evaluating and praying. And because we leave for Dominican Republic, we won't be able to come back and make our decision until the last Sunday in June. And JD and Amy know this, but they had a wonderful weekend. They're just such a lovely couple. And so in a couple weeks we'll meet and we'll go from there. And so at this point, all I can say is it's in motion.
He called me and we visited a little.
Uh-oh, he did. I even gave the wrong phone number. I was hoping he wouldn't get the right number.
Yeah, we visited a little. I told him what I knew, so you may not hear from him.
I better call Mark and have him send you more caramels. I thought we had this whole thing covered, right?
I don't know that you'll hear from him again.
Oh dear. Well,
no, I did hear some very positive things about them, though, and their family, and so.
He has a real love for children. He's tremendously creative. He actually began his ministry in a little church in Kansas, a town of 400, and they noticed a whole bunch of bicycles lying around and bicycle parts, and they started a bicycle ministry, and they actually made creative bikes to where you even crossbred some parts, and they actually had a bike parade in their little town, and they just had a blast with it. So he's that kind of creative guy that he could probably see 3 dirt balls and come up with something neat out of it. So I think he'd be wonderful with our kids. Again, our prayer is, God, is this the person you have for us? Because it's not just about filling the position, it's about finding the right person. And also in their case, about them finding the right church. So, there's a human aspect to all this, but there's also something beyond human. It's God's working, and so we want to be a part of that rather than tell God what we want. And, this is what I'm going to do, God. Please bless my plans. I'd rather say, Lord, what's your will, and how can we get on board with what you're doing? So,
very good.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting ready to take off.
We are about ready to load up the truck and move to Beverly. We have got our teenagers packing up and ready to go. We met last night and we started packing. We are taking lots of supplies down there. We're actually pulling a trailer with suitcases. We are bringing a sound system. We are bringing sports equipment, and all this stuff's going to be left down there because the generosity of people who gave toward our Dominican Republic missions trip was so good that we have several things that we are purchasing, sports equipment and that we're just going to leave there. So our load flying back is going to be a lot lighter, and hopefully their hearts will be a lot fuller. So yes, we leave tomorrow. We head for Kansas City Airport. We fly to Denver, and then we go from Denver to New Jersey, and then from New Jersey there. So we'll be the middle of the night in New Jersey waiting for our next flight to take us down to Santiago, Dominican Republic. So we're excited. I cannot wait to see what God's going to do in the life of the kids. It's going to be fun.
What time do you leave tomorrow?
We leave tomorrow at 8 from Kansas City, and then we have we're in Denver. You know, Denver's about an hour flight, maybe an hour and a half, and then we're there 3-4 hours. Then we fly all the way over to New Jersey, and then we're kind of dead middle of the night there for like 3.5-4 hours, and then we hop there and go down. So we will leave here about 1:30 tomorrow. We got to pick up one of our kids down in Maryvale, she's at a math and science camp right now, and then we will head down to the airport and off we go. We will unload, and it should be fun. It's going to be fun to watch these guys' eyes get open, and I always love going to another country. I just do. I just love it because it reminds me how much bigger God is. I love other cultures. It reminds me I'm not a know-it-all American, and especially when you go into their world and their culture, you need to be a part of that culture, not try and act like you're a know-it-all American. I mean, it's their culture. So, and I have a very soft spot in my heart for any Hispanic culture because I grew up in Southwest Arizona and had very good friends, and so it'll be fun.
How many are going?
We have 16 teenagers and 2 wannabe teenagers going, myself and Connie, and we have 16 on the way.
Well, we'll keep you in our prayers.
Thank you, Jerry. And I can't wait to come back. I'll be back in 2 Thursdays, and we'll fill you in on all of it, but it will be fun. We'll be building a camp dormitories. We'll be running vacation Bible schools. We'll be doing sports camps. And by the way, Jerry, if any of your listeners have some baseball gloves that maybe they no longer use, the only catch is we will need them at the church by 5 o'clock tonight. So if you are out there, folks, and you have 1 or 2 and you're pretty sure the grandkids don't need them, or they need to be obviously in nice enough shape. They most certainly don't have to be new. But we've just realized baseball is hugely popular down there. We would have guessed with the World Cup coming, soccer is a big deal. No. Then, of course, you think of most major league lineups, and you realize there's a lot of DR people playing, Dominican Republic folks. So if you have a baseball glove or 2 and you want to drop by the church, we will take that along and leave it there along with lots of other basketballs and kickballs and game equipment that we are leaving down there.
But you need to have it by 5 o'clock today.
Yeah, that's the only trick. So, if this is a short-minute thing where we kind of actually just thought of it this morning as we've continued to see pictures down there, what's going on. We thought, well, there's a lot of stuff around our houses that we don't need. And to them, it would be like gold. So if that's possible, drop it by the church and we'll give you a big fat thank you. And we promise you it'll go to someone who will love it.
Anything else at this late point that we can do to...
We're good. We had a list of several things, and I got to pick up a couple drill bits today, but we have to do that. That's not a big deal. And I think we're okay. Financially, we are fine. We are so grateful to everyone who gave. That's just been such a blessing. And we believe when all is said and done, and we get back and all of our expenses are covered, we believe we'll also then, when all is done, be able to launch a check back to that ministry just because every penny that came in is going to go to the Dominican. We'll make sure we cover everything properly and everything is clearly receipted and identified. And we're all bringing our own mad spending money, so we're not going to use any of these funds for our own personal purposes. But we believe when all is said and done, probably by the end of June, when we know everything's done, we'll also be able to launch a surplus check back into the ministry. So we just love that. But we're good, Jerry. I can't think of anything else. Thanks for asking, but I think we're good. Just prayers. When you think of us, pray, and pray that we will serve. It's easy to pray about safety, and it's easy to pray about this and that, but pray that we will serve. that we will just have hearts of servants, and we will overwhelm those people with our willingness to do whatever it takes to help them minister more effectively, because we're there to serve them. Yeah, we're going to connect with kids and children, and that's going to be awesome. But let's be honest, the people that stay down there and live there, those are the real heroes. So how can we serve them and help them do their ministries better? So yeah, just pray for us.
Some of the young people that are going have been before.
None of the young people have been to the Dominican Republic before. I'm trying. One or two of them have been on a kind of missions trip in the past. We have several that have never flown before. So this is new to them. This is a brand new eye-opening experience, and we find that every year. In fact, Connie's already working on another missions team that will go to North Omaha and serve for a week. And we find that in all of our teams, there's people that have never experienced much. And so this is very good and eye-opening for them. And the world's getting smaller. But the message of Jesus Christ and his love still works perfectly. So it'll be fun to watch.
Pastor Dave McDonald with us this morning from Faith Community Church, which is located where?
We are located on North 8th Street. So if you got to Highway 34 and you look north to the top of the hill over on the west side, that is our church. We have services at 9 and 10:45. Our 9 o'clock service is our biggest service. Our 10:45 service is our liveliest service. And during our 10:45, we have Sunday school for all ages, from nursery through adults. Of course, we have nursery through grade 3 programs going on during our 9 o'clock first service. But during our 10:45 service, we have the full gamut of all ages, Sunday school going on for all ages at the same time of our second service. Both services are identical, and all we require is that when you come through the door, you cannot be perfect. Because if you are, you won't like us, because none of us there are.
Website they could visit is
redoakfaith.org. You can go on there and get information on the calendar. We even have a link there that'll tell you what we believe, what's our mission statement, what's our vision for the future, what our core values are. redoakfaith.org. You can also like us on Facebook, and there'll always be information. We're going to do our best to have updates on what's going on in the Dominican, so I would check the Facebook, and we'll see if we can't put a few things up there to let you know. Also, if you think of the Santiago experience, you can go on that Facebook page, which is run by the missionaries that we are going to serve, and they will have several pictures up next week involving what we are doing. The Santiago experience. If you can't remember that, just call Faith Community Church at 623-3472, 623-3472, and Becky would be glad to get that information to you.
I don't know if you've heard, of course, Pastor Dave's going to be gone this Sunday, and Brett and I've got quite a little program planned.
Oh, do you?
For this
oh,
Sunday, so.
Boy. The inmate's going to run the asylum, huh?
So it may be unlike, it will be unlike anything you've ever seen before.
So are you telling me when I come back, the locks might be changed?
If you come back.
If I come back, yeah, you never know. I might fall in love with that place. We've always said we'd like to retire here in Red Oak and serve all of our years here, but we've also said, boy, if God called us to go overseas, we'd leave tomorrow. So I don't think that's going to happen, but I mean, we have a love to serve overseas. So this will be fun.
You never know.
Never know. One thing I know for certain is that I don't know nothing for certain.
One thing I know for certain is that God's good and his plan is perfect.
Always good, acceptable, and perfect. But Scripture reminds us we have to present our bodies to him as a living sacrifice. Then we can prove his will is good. So we can't say, okay, God, you show me your will. I'll decide if I like it, and then maybe I'll give you a little bit, kind of put you on the installment plan in my dedication. No, there's only one way to do it. Sell out. Sign the bottom of the check, leave the amount blank, make it out to him, and then let go. And that sounds so insane. How can you let go to God, who it looks like he allows so many bad things to happen in the world? And there's things that have happened in our own lives, Jerry, that we didn't want to have happen. Why did he let that happen? How can I sell out to a God that doesn't make sense to me? That's easy. He doesn't make sense to you because you're not eternal. Everything he does is with eternity in mind. We barely can handle the moment and figure out where we're at today. And God doesn't make everything happen. There is free will all over the place, and the consequences of choices that we feel the effect of. Why does God let things happen? He doesn't. He lets people choose. And where it goes is some horrible directions. So can you sell out to him? Absolutely 100%. Will he always make sense? Nope. Will you always get what you want? Nope. Will it always go according to your plans? Nope. If you want that to happen in your life, you don't want to serve God. You want to run your own life and do everything your own way. And by the way, if you're out there and you're running your own life and doing everything the way you want, I got one question for you. How's it going? You having fun? I think it's a lot better to sell out. Let God have control.
So we're into summer now. We kind of back off on our programs.
We do. Now, of course, we'll still be doing our Sunday school on Sundays.
Sure.
We do have occasional special events for the youth. If you have a teenager that might want to know when, boy, call the church at 623-3472. We will send out postcards letting you know when things are coming up. We have our Vacation Bible School will come up in August. We're going to be doing weird animals. We have the challenge going for our junior and senior high in the end of July. There's still lots of summer activities, but Jerry, it's not a consistent schedule. In other words, you kind of got to get on that website, redoakfaith.org, and watch that calendar. But like we took our teenagers last night out to the Johnson's farm and just enjoyed the setting sun and played Frisbee and relaxed and just had a good time. So there is still stuff going on, but it is a little different. By the way, Jerry, a week from tonight, the Prime Timers will be meeting at Pizza Ranch at 6 o'clock. And Dick Brown, who's a missionary from Latvia, will be speaking. And you can call the church for more information because we have lots in our primetime group that don't attend our church but do come and are a part of those meetings at Pizza Ranch a week from tonight, 6 o'clock.
June the 19th.
June the 19th.
6 o'clock at Pizza Ranch in the Plaza on Broadway in Red Oak. And again, the speaker is
Dick Brown. He's a missionary to Latvia. But this summer, boy, we've got a family picnic coming up at Viking Lake. We've got the challenge. We've got weird animals. We've actually got Jamie Smith, who's a national recording artist, who will be coming in August to give a concert, and we're presenting a worship workshop, and we will be making that available to our community. We'll have more information about that as it gets closer, but Jamie did the song Salt and Light. If you Google her, Jami Smith, you can get all sorts of stuff on her. But we've got some exciting stuff coming this summer.
right.
But it's just kind of summer schedule, so it's not like during the year, every Wednesday night at this time this is happening. During the summer, we adjust. I understand there's a rumor out about another family. We had a family movie night last week, and we showed Frozen. And by the way, we have purchased the rights to do this, so we're not just borrowing a home DVD and showing it. And then, of course, we don't charge anyways, but we do have the proper copyright authority to do this. And so we've probably got another family movie night coming up pretty soon. So that went well last Saturday night. Lots of family games, and then everyone was singing along to the Frozen songs, because those songs have gained popularity. My little 3.5-year-old granddaughter loves to sing Let It Go. So yeah, lots going on. You just got to be a little more watchful of the calendar and the website and Facebook and the phone book and the phone number, because we will have stuff for you all summer long.
Very good.
Yeah.
Anything else going on upcoming or happening that we should know about?
Not right now. Just pray we get everything figured out, get all the passports, get all the paperwork, get everything ready so we take off. And no, we're just in the middle of summer. Doing good.
How's Carolyn doing?
Carolyn is beautiful. She is so bright-eyed. She observes, she watches, she has this expressive face. She had those early holes in her heart, and they've done the first follow-up visit, and everything is fine. Looks like they're going to close up all by themselves, but the specialist checking out, was a little surprised by her age because of her alertness, and that he kind of would have guessed she was a little older. And of course, every grandpa brags about their granddaughter, but now she's just a bright-eyed little lovely girl. So I am a rich, rich man, Jerry. I got 3 fantastic grandkids.
Her mother get her foot all healed up? And
It's going slow. You know how that is. Don't use your foot much, mother of 3. And and plus my daughter's kind of a little bit like her mother. The idea of slowing down usually involves a sledgehammer, on the part of the husband who loves them. So she's kind of slowing down, but doing better and stronger. I guess she was already working on some new exercises to get her shape back yesterday or the day before, and Sierra was helping learn how to do push-ups. So she has a unique style to her, where they just kind of plants all 4 and stands there and counts, doesn't move at all. And she did 10 of those, and then she was done. And I thought, I can do push-ups like that.
oh, they're great, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, Grandpa. They are wonderful.
Well, I will be anxious to hear from the trip and what happens there. And what it means to the people, the students that go, that, be a very potentially life-changing experience.
That's exactly what we're praying for. And we don't care if these young men and women grow up and be plumbers, ditch diggers, farmers, missionaries, just all that God has for them. And to watch when we've done things like this in the past and to have the benefit of years and see where they have gone. I mean, even some of our first youth groups from 1978, 79, and 80. And looking at those kids way back then and saying, I will know in 10 years, when I see your lives, what would that have been, 1990, 91, 92, 10 years later. I said, I'll know how much of what I did was of me, because none of it will have lasted. But I'll also know how much of what happened in our lives here with you was because of God. And now here we are, years and years later, and these are adults with children who are the age of they were when we were their pastors. And to see so many of them going on strong for God, that's what it's all about. That's why we do what we do.
Be safe.
I will.
God bless. Have a great trip.
I will. I'm not going to drink the water. I'll try and behave myself. The good news is I understand there's an ice cream shop nearby where we're staying. So pray that for my safety as I go and get my ice cream. No.
But you will put some things on Facebook, or we'll try to?
Whatever we have the ability to do, because it's not the kind of accessibility here, but we will find out what we can do. And we will send as the best. We'll probably send out centralized communication, and people can go there and get the information. But whatever we can do, we will keep people as informed. And again, the Santiago Experience, which is run by the missionary team, they will also have pictures up. So we're not sure what we're capable of, but we will keep people informed. I mean, we will not be untouchable, and you will not. You will hear things. We're just not quite sure how it lays out. Plus, we're very busy, but we will, whatever we can do, we'll do.
Very good.
Yeah,
We'll
thanks,
be anxious
Jerry.
to hear.
And thanks for your prayers and your support. It means a great deal.
We'll be doing that, I promise you. Every morning at 3:30, I'll be saying a prayer for you.
I don't doubt that one little bit, as you pray for your grandchildren as well.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's right.
Take care.
You too, Jerry. Thanks.
Pastor Dave McDonald, Faith Community Church, North on 8th in Red Oak. And, of course, even though he will be gone, they will have services this Sunday. And you're always welcome, and you'll always find the presence of God there and the opportunity for a brand new peace of mind perhaps you've never yet experienced. So keep that in mind and know that you and your family are always welcome at Faith Community Church. The only restriction and requirement is,
You cannot be perfect.
as long as you're not perfect, you'll get along fine. That's the main thing.